Hey, so it's kind of been a while since I kind of uploaded a edited video of any kind. Kind of has been like, I don't know, 6 years or so? Holy shit, that's a long time. Anyways, I'm back-ish, you know. Obviously a lot of things have changed, as things do tend to do in 6 years of time. So I kind of wanted to just make this little video to talk about what you can expect for my future uploads. As some of you may be aware, I don't even know, like 6 months ago, 8 months ago, I reappeared on Twitter or X or whatever the fuck it's called. I just showed up one day because I had an account that I was low-key just on, and then I never said anything. And then some little shitter journalist wannabe ran his mouth, and I was like, okay, well, fuck. Now I gotta show up, you know. So as you can see here on my X account, no more Backdoor Disney. It's just my government name with my handle, Pat the Thief, because that's something everyone wanted to point out. I'm a thief, so I'm like, okay, well, I'll just make that my username, I guess. Fuck it. But I'm just going to keep this channel name the same for now because it's kind of like infamous at this point, you know. The handle Backdoor Disney has kind of been through a lot. But now that I'm old and bored, I decided to come back and drop some new content because there's probably, I don't know, 10 or so long-form videos that I filmed back in 2018, 2019 that I just never got around to posting. So I'm going to get around to editing those eventually, hopefully sooner rather than later. And I plan on dropping some story times because there's a lot of stories I could tell of my backstage adventures. Other than that, I would love to get around to recording some more of my cast member stories because I feel like people want to tell their story and don't always have a voice or want to remain anonymous, you know, because sometimes their stories are good, sometimes they're bad, and I don't know, I think they're interesting. And on top of that, I have some other unique original ideas for content because, I mean, look at the Disney YouTubers. Holy shit, they all make like the 10 same videos. I mean, like, how many videos can you drop about Discovery Island and River Country and, like, I don't know, Wonders of Life? Like, how many people can hear about that shit? Like, at some point, somebody has to make some original content that's just not the same regurgitated information. Like, it's insane. And I'm not really here to kiss anyone's ass at this point. I'm banned from Disney, and I don't really care to get unbanned, to be honest. I don't care. I'm not going to get unbanned, and I don't care to. So I'm just here to talk more shit, I guess. So that's kind of what you can expect out of this channel coming forward. I've already unprivated all my old videos. Well, most of them. Some of them make me cringe, so I'm just going to leave them dead. So since it's kind of like my coming back video, I figured I would start with some Q&A. But before I do Q&A, I guess I will do a FAQ, a frequently asked question, because these are questions I get asked all the fucking time. So this is like me answering it officially. Have I been in jail for all these years? No. I probably spent 4 hours in jail. Like, you just don't go to fucking jail when you get arrested and just never get out. That's not how that works. So, no, I have not been in jail all these years now. Are you still on probation? No, I got off probation almost 4 years ago. Only did 2 years probation, and it was easy because you just don't break the rules. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that hard. The other question I get all the time is, how did I not go to prison? Well, it's hard to explain, but like, the legal system doesn't really work that way. I had no previous charges. I had no prior record criminally. So they don't just throw you in jail. Like, they're like, okay. So there's a whole process, and at the end of the day, they really couldn't prove that I stole anything, which you're probably thinking, wow, that's fucking crazy. Yeah, it is fucking crazy. But when they got a search warrant for my phone, they didn't really have a valid one. So all the pictures and messages and stuff that I had off my phone was inadmissible in court. So they were like, okay, well, we really can't say that he stole anything. So they really just let me slide with dealing in stolen property because I had 2 snitches. You probably know who they are. So moving forward, I guess we can talk about the ones people dropped in the comments on Twitter. Excluding the ones that everyone wanted me just to answer about how fat Tom Corliss is. That's crazy, brother. I'm not going to do that because we all already know. So starting off here, we have Ghostly Tongue. Sick name, bro. Do you think Disney security actually learned anything from your case, or do you believe the same thing could happen today? Well, Disney has always had very reactive security. So when they figured out I did something, they're like, oh, fuck. We should go lock that door. So, for example, I just kind of walked into the backstage entrance of Carousel of Progress and stole a bunch of shit. And after they realized, they said, damn, we probably should lock that door. So now that door just stays locked. And the Tomorrowland cast members be messaging me going, thanks, bro. Now we can't sneak back there and fuck around anymore. Sorry, guys. So they kind of learned, but I don't think they're very proactive with their security still. They kind of just react to things when they happen. Another banger from Ghostly Tongue sliding in. What was the very first thing you took from Disney, even before you were known as Backdoor Disney, and do you still have it? The very first thing I stole was probably when I was, I don't even know, like 11, 12, 13, and we were walking over to Space Mountain, and I was thirsty. They had like the tubs of like the water and the ice. I just yoinked one out and kept walking, and that was the first thing I actually ever stole from Disney. Yeah. So, and no, I think I drank the water and probably threw it away. Even though I wish I still had it, that'd be sick lore, but unfortunately I don't. And finally, the third question from Ghostly Tongue. If none of this had ever gone public, no arrest, no news coverage, how far do you think you would have kept going before stopping on your own? I don't know, honestly, because we were having a lot of fun. I say we, as in like the 5 or 6 people involved in this. We had a lot of fun, and it was fun to explore and do things. I took it too far by stealing. I will say that. If I hadn't have stolen anything, we may have never gotten caught. But it's probably a good thing I did get caught when I did, because it probably would have progressed further, and I may have ended up in worse trouble from doing things, or I could have fallen off and died or something, you know? So, I don't know. We would have kept going until I got bored, I guess. I don't know. Lilac Dash asked, how did Wonders of Life smell like? What was your favorite thing about WOL? Wonders of Life smelled like, honestly, it smelled like nothing. It smelled like a building. The actual building itself was pretty clean. They did upkeep it, so it didn't really smell like anything. Kind of smelled like plants, actually, because there was a lot of, like, plants in there just hanging out. That's the only thing that comes to mind. Cranium Command smelled like straight mildew and mold because it just was moldy in there. Ben B, sliding into my comments with, what's the one thing you found that Disney kept / stashed away that made you think, why on earth did they keep this? I don't know. There was always random shit like I don't know, like chairs, like alien counter chairs and armrests. Even after the attraction closed, they always just had tons of just junk around. And when they gutted out Great Movie Ride, they kept like these vases. might insert the picture if I have it here, but if you see no picture, then I didn't find it. But they had these like vases. I was like, why would they keep these? I don't know if they were special, but they always had a lot of junk around that I'm like, this could have went into a dumpster. Beast Coasters asked, do you think there are some aspects of Disney, whether it be at the parks or in the archives, that will simply never be seen to the public? Most definitely. At this point, probably anything from Splash Mountain. It's just probably fucking gone, because they kind of just want to forget that ever existed. So as far as that, there is some costumes that I think they aren't contractually, is that a word? Contractually? I think it is, able to use anymore. Like some of the Darth Vader costumes. So it was like mostly like Star Wars stuff that they aren't able to like legally use anymore. So they kind of went away, and I doubt they'll ever come out again. I mean, there's tons of archive stuff we'll never see again because their archive is very vast. So, you know, it's just gone. Sorry. Joseph R. Nosif. Do you miss being able to go to the Disney parks? Not really. I miss, I don't know. I guess I had some fun times there with friends, but now me and my friends just have fun times elsewhere. That's kind of why I did what I did, because I was over going to the parks, and I just didn't care anymore. And I still go from time to time whenever someone gives me a comp ticket. Like, even though I'm banned, I don't know. It's not that hard. This guy's username, I'm not even going to try, says, please elaborate on the Buzzy case. Do you know anything about what's happening inside the Wonders of Life or the Play Pavilion? Yeah, so I'm going to make my own separate video on the Buzzy case because everybody in the fucking world has talked about it, except for me, basically. So I'm working on that because it's kind of a lot. And believe it or not, I do have new information to contribute. So, do you know what's happening on inside of Wonders of Life? Yeah, it's gutted completely. I dropped photos. Here they are. Wow. Yeah, that shit's gutted. And those photos are like, I don't know, a year old. And also, I can just tell you that it's still in that current shape because there's no permits filed. There is no Play Pavilion. That shit's gutted, bro. I mean, they literally took the front pathway away. Wonders of Life, it's fucking chopped. It's gone. So, matter of fact, it seriously is. This is what's today? September something? I don't know. What day is it? Oh, September 17th, 2025. They're gonna demolish that pavilion. Like, it's done. It's out of here. So, more than likely. I mean, officially, that's my prediction. So, yeah. Is that how you spell broccoli? No, it's not. Bro Cly. Do you still get recognized in public, or has your infamy been somewhat lost overt the years? Yeah, I still get recognized. Mostly at theme parks. Yeah. Because I'm in Walmart, no one really says anything. But I very often get recognized in theme parks when I'm around. I don't know. People usually just ask for selfies, or they'll be like, "What's up, Patrick?" and fist bump me. I got stuck on a ride with somebody kind of recently, and they like turned around and knew who I was, which was crazy. So I wish I was lying. And I got recognized at bars before. You know, unfortunately, I'm just a well-known degenerate at this point. So it is what it is. Jamie GS, how easy was it to get into the backstage area that you shouldn't have been in when you were a cast member? There was very few cases where I didn't just walk right in. Doors were just unlocked. Like Wonders of Life, just walked right in. There was no locked doors, nothing. No, not really any cameras. That was most cases. I mean, there was a few places I had to work on getting in there by either manipulating people to open the door for me or just sticking a butter knife in the door and popping it open. But that was like only a handful of times. Just walked right in, baby. It's Pizza Box. What's something that you have that only you probably care about? So I had this slip of paper I got on like one of my very first days way back a million years ago, and it was like for my locker, and it tells me like what locker I had and the combination. Like it was in the Tomorrowland lockers, and I was trying to find it for this video, but I looked for like 45 seconds and couldn't find it. So it's just a piece of paper, but that's something I have that no one gives a fuck about except for me. And we coming in last here with Alexander something blue heart yellow heart. Favorite recent park? Epic Universe. Hello. So we made it this far. I appreciate you watching. Drop a comment and tell me that I'm a fucking thief, I guess. Or don't.